follow. The following contains content that my human does not own personally. Content such as music, videos, sound, or images. So please, give my human a break and not give her a strike. Seriously! Really?
Don't touch mine.
What is up, people of the internet? My name is Freel4ncer Ember, and welcome to another episode of Death Battle. Now, this Death Battle is Scrooge McDuck, our favorite Disney duck, rich duck, versus Shovel Knight, who I have never heard of before. Now, before I get on with this Death Battle reaction, I just want to say I am sorry that I kind of dropped out of the face of the earth after my RWBY Volume 4 finale reaction. It's just that there hasn't been anything to react to. And I know you guys have been suggesting things I should react to, but for the life of me, I cannot find the list of the things you want me to react to. So go ahead. So if there are things you want me to react to, go ahead and leave in the comment section down below. And I'm still trying to work on how to fucking stream games, which by the way, I want to get a second monitor to do the thing. So I don't have to keep minimizing the window of when I'm using my Elgato or the game, so I know what the fuck I'm doing. And one of these days I'm gonna try to do live streaming. One of these days, like I said. Okay, so yeah, I'll try to get some other videos as soon as possible, but I'm not that good at planning, so you're just gonna have to wait until I get one out. So again, I'm sorry that I kind of went on temporary hiatus and dropped out of the face of the earth. But now I'm back. So, without further ado, let's get this death battle on the way. And by the way, I'm voting for Scrooge McDuck because, like I said before, I've never heard of Shovel Knight. At least I think I haven't. But, hey, fingers crossed. So, in 3, 2, 1. I like how he did the Suicide Squad thing.
Some people adventure for wealth. For others, the wealth is in the adventure.
Either way, you'll be successful if you can bounce off your enemies' heads.
Like Scrooge McDuck, the wealthiest waterfowl to ever live.
And Shovel Knight, a shining example of the code of chivalry. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win
How's this gonna go?
Death battle.
Oh, like 8-bit.
In 1867, Scrooge McDuck was born to a poor family in Glasgow, Scotland.
I did not know that.
He grew up a relatively normal duckling until his 10th birthday.
Scrooge's father took him to see the remains of the old McDuck
Why won't this thing
castle.
focus?
See, their family wasn't always super poor, and Scrooge was inspired by the sight of their former glory. So the next day, he got a job and earned his first money ever. A dime.
Problem was, it was an American dime, and Scrooge was in Scotland. Naturally feeling pretty cheated, Scrooge swore he'd build his fortune by being, I quote, tougher than the toughies and sharper than the sharpies.
So he hopped over to America to start his quest for wealth. And judging by his money vault today, where he literally swims in gold, I'd say he did a pretty effing good
Men
job.
in Concrete, the Super
No
Bowl.
obstacle was too difficult to keep him from fortune. By my estimations, his entire net worth today rests around $300 quadrillion.
Is that even a
Rich
word?
as he is, he's got to defend his treasure trove somehow. So this wealthy waterfowl's got more guns than I do. Not to mention the trusty cannons he has hidden around his manor. Haha, nothing like some old-fashioned
Donald,
artillery
you got
for
that
home
murderous
defense.
eyes.
Scrooge also has a number of unorthodox high-tech firearms.
Or as normal people call them, laser guns. My favorite is the one that can shoot through solid steel titanium.
Wow.
It's called the Burglar Stunner, but I'm pretty sure that'll do a hell of a lot more than stun you.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my favorite would be Scrooge's Nutra-Friction and Anti-Inertia Rays.
What?
By removing a target's natural friction and inertia, these guns can turn a foe so slippery they can't grip anything, or take away all momentum from that foe's movement and weight.
I think I kind of get
Without
it.
friction, a person will slide miles upon miles with no hope of stopping themselves. Without inertia, a cannonball will have even less impact than falling leaves, though it is important to note that these guns do not affect personal gravity.
Yeah.
I think I get it.
Science and stuff.
Yeah.
Though if I were him, I'd prefer the feel of one of his rifles or swords.
Or his signature sidearm, his trusty cane.
What's so special about a dusty old cane, you ask? Well, just look at the old quack go. Not every duck can turn their cane into both a club and a pogo stick.
Scrooge is
Even when he's
savage.
unarmed, Scrooge's thirst for wealth has pushed his body past many preconceived limits.
How old is this
He
guy?
possesses incredible strength, speed, and durability.
At least
Not to
from our
mention, the
view.
dude's got some serious huevos. One time when he was stuck in the savannah, he walked right up to a lion, beat it in a roaring match, and then just rode it all the way to town.
What?
He's also a surprisingly skilled marksman.
God damn.
Some sort of gun-toting Mr. Miyagi, he can shoot flies out of
Miyagi.
the air with perfect precision.
And he's no slouch with a blade. Apparently, Buffalo Bill taught him how to
Buffalo
knife fight
Bill?
in, Injun style.
Engine?
and now's a great time to remind you that Scrooge is pretty old. It was a different time.
Racism aside, it takes a lot to put this mighty mallard down. He survived the Titanic sinking, being frozen solid in the Yukon, fighting hordes of wild animals, and taking
What,
a
Teddy
cannon
Roosevelt?
shot to the face
Traveled to
before
the
being
Earth's core?
dragged through a minefield. He's
He
even
started
survived
Steamboat.
a trip to the literal center of the Earth, which, if you've forgotten, is pretty much super lava.
That's putting it mildly. The Earth's core is estimated to be well over 9,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
More than hot enough to cook your goose.
He's outrun a cheetah, which can reach 75 miles per hour. He's stopped a charging water buffalo, which can weigh up to 2,600 pounds.
And did you ever hear that legend where George Washington threw a silver dollar across the Potomac River? Well, Scrooge can do that too. And he even caught the coin on the other side.
Damn.
Because Scrooge isn't gonna waste a single dollar.
Seems pretty impressive, but Scrooge has some massively problematic flaws.
Like?
Least of all is his age. He's 150 years old.
Oh.
That won't do him any favors in a fight.
And why can't he fly? I mean, he's a duck with his own private plane. And he has human teeth. And they really should just hire a poultry scientist at Disney. Oh, I'll send my resume.
Well, more importantly would be his overpowering greed. He can
Oh, yeah.
often lose sight of his goals or explode into an uncontrollable rage if someone threatens his wealth.
He is pretty selfish and has a one-track mind. I don't know if the uncontrollable rage part, though, is such a bad thing.
Certainly not in some situations. Like the time Soapy Slick tried to rip Scrooge off, steal his property, and humiliate him by chaining him to a steamboat and making fun of his letters from home.
Savage.
Including one informing Scrooge of his mother's passing.
That's
Damn.
more than enough to piss Scrooge off. So much that he literally tore the entire boat apart with his bare hands. Or wings. Holy damn, that's some real foul strength.
Scrooge
Just
Hulk.
goes to show that
Scrooge
nothing
Mc-
can stand
Scrooge
between
McHulk.
Scrooge and his wealth.
I don't know which was wilder in those days, the wolves or me.
Scrooge McHulk right there. He's a savage.
A long time ago, the world was wild, and adventurers roamed the land. The most famous of whom were partners Shield Knight and Shovel Knight.
You can tell how good they are by the giant piles of loot behind them.
Shovel Knight and Shield Knight traveled together, and they were the stuff of legend. That is, until the Tower of Fate.
Once inside, a cursed amulet knocked Shovel Knight out cold. When he woke up, Shield Knight was gone and the tower was sealed shut.
Ouch.
And boy, did that bum him out. So, like all depressed heroes, he abandoned everything and
4,
went
6.
to the wilderness to do a
Age.
bunch of farming and
Don't know.
most likely drinking.
That was the
Soon
that
after
was the
he
catapult.
retired, an evil woman called the Enchantress took power,
comes with
along with a
hats?
group of villainous knights known as the Order of No Quarter. Ah, get it? It's funny. So maybe retiring wasn't the most responsible idea.
Man's gotta mourn, Wiz. Man's gotta mourn.
You mean like when you took a week off to mourn after your divorce? I'm pretty sure all you did was get drunk and shoot fireworks at my house.
Ah, yeah. Man, that was a real good mourn. Well, anyway, Shovel Knight's break didn't last long. After the Enchantress and her knights took hold of the land, the Tower of Fate unsealed. Knowing it was his only chance to find out what happened to Shield Knight, he dug back into action.
Okay.
And with him, he took his mightiest weapon. A shovel.
A shovel.
Don't sell it short. It's not just any shovel.
Okay.
It's a shovel blade. And thanks to its surprisingly versatile nature, it can slash through anything from rats to...
Holy crap! Did he just kill a dragon with that thing?
Yes, he did.
Yep.
That reminds me of the time I made my own weapon out of a yard tool. I miss my rake blade. but everyone got really confused and offended whenever I yelled my catchphrase, "Prepare to get raked!" So I stopped using it.
Oh. Oh, probably smart. Well,
I
thanks
kinda
to the
get it.
Shovel Blade's
At least I
unique
think.
attributes, Shovel Knight has a repertoire of deadly attacks, his signature being the shovel drop.
This deadly downward drop allows him to dig into his enemies, pogo stick style. Now, where have I seen that before?
He also has a charge attack that, when unleashed, does massive damage and can even penetrate armor. If his enemy is more than a scoop's reach away, he can strike the earth to fire a dangerous spark that travels along the ground.
Damn.
You know what else it's good for? Digging up all of that sweet, sweet treasure.
But the Shovel Blade is far from his only weapon. Throughout his journey, Shovel Knight has acquired many magical relics, which are quite handy in battle, though they do require access to a limited supply of magic to use.
He can set stuff on fire with the flare wand, or punch through compact dirt with the dust knuckles.
He can also take
Damn.
the wind out of his enemies with the throwing anchor, or fly a short distance with the propeller dagger.
If Shovel Knight needs to kill bad guys in those hard-to-reach spaces, he has his trusty Chaos Orb, which acts like a bouncy ball of doom.
He also possesses the Mobile Gear, a mechanism which allows him to traverse dangerous terrain such as spikes and small gaps with ease.
Mobile gear. But my favorite relic is the War Horn, which is kind of like the Horn of Gondor, but it makes people explode.
Shovel Knight carries a few defensive relics as well.
Yeah, like those sweet fish goblets.
You mean the Truple Chalices. These special liquid receptacles can carry ichors, substances which, when drunk, provide certain benefits
Like
to Shovel Knight.
that.
Most notably, the Ichor of Renewal, which fully restores his health and magic.
And how do you get such a useful liquid? From a bunch of fish that perform an interpretive dance and spit in your cup. It's dinner and a show.
Last but not least
Okay.
is the Phase Locket. This relic allows Shovel Knight to pass through his enemies and even grants him temporary invincibility while under its effect.
Like all good knights, our shovel-wielding friend protects himself with a suit of shining armor.
Okay.
Actually, he's got a few of them.
His most capable all-around set is
I'm
the
starting to think
Dynamo
Scrooge
Mail.
doesn't have a
Along
chance
with
against this
providing
guy.
the kind of defense you need for fighting the forces of evil, it has an added bonus. Hitting just about anything with his shovel drop builds up a powerful charge attack.
Normally, a large suit of armor comes with a lot of extra weight, but Shovel Knight doesn't let that slow him down.
Even in full plate, our delving hero seemingly never tires and is agile enough to dodge everything from cannonballs to fireballs.
Actually, the weight is more of a bonus since his attack of choice is bouncing on heads. Where's math that?
On it, comparing his height to these doors,
Math that.
Shovel Knight appears to be about 4 feet 6 inches tall. Given his broad physique, he likely weighs approximately 100 pounds at most. In the 14th century, a knight's plate armor for combat typically weighed about 60 pounds. Scaling to Shovel Knight's height, his armor likely weighs 50 pounds. Including the 5-pound shovel, he must drop with a force of over 6,700 joules of kinetic energy. In comparison, Mike Tyson can punch with up to 1,600 joules and has knocked out 44 people in the ring. And Shovel Knight's striking power is over 4 times stronger than that.
Damn.
Good job! No wonder Shovel Knight was able to take down the entire Order of No Quarter, including a giant steampunk mech and the Enchantress herself.
He's also stubborn enough to hold his breath underwater for an impressively indefinite amount of time. And he even held his own against the Battletoads and Kratos, the upcoming god of war.
What the hell? Really? That's awesome!
Battletoads and
If you
Kratos?
sell enough games, you can get anybody.
But even after all that, Shovel Knight doesn't seem the most intelligent warrior.
Ah.
After all, the only reason he gave up on Shield Knight for so long is because he just assumed she was dead.
Was it
Still,
she?
He's one deadly warrior who isn't afraid to put his enemies 6 feet under.
Shield Knight's a she?
You know, because he digs holes and stuff.
Yeah, I'm starting to see Scrooge doesn't have a chance against him, but we'll see what happens.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first,
Oh.
I've got some free food for you.
Enough with Blue Apron!
Now,
It's time for a death battle! I'm still voting for Scrooge on this. Woo! I mean, with all that treasure, you know Scrooge is gonna have get his hands or wings on them. He's like, oh yeah! He's like skipping around like a schoolgirl. Oh, he's in heavy. Oh. Boy! Hot damn! Oh, isn't that gonna put his voice in there? That would've been funny. I can't see because it's like pixelated, but I didn't see. I guess he was like, yeah, going all golf style. Holy shit, dude! Well, there's this loot. Swim Scrooge. Oh, he's in heaven. Okay. Holy shit. Yeah, that cane ain't doing shit. Yeah. Oh shit. Anti-inertia ray. Neutral friction ray. Oh! Scrooge is a savage! Second win of the season! Woo!
Damn, that's cold. With his
Beasts
own
beware.
weapon.
Shovel Knight might have been able to uphold the code of chivalry, but he could not hold up to Scrooge's wealth of experience and superior strength.
Aside from the extra 100+ years of experience he's got over Shovel Knight, Scrooge's feats blew him out of the water. For example, there's no way that Shovel could have put him down very quickly when he's powered through a minefield like it's nothing.
And remember how he threw a coin across the Potomac River and rode across fast enough to catch it? Well, we know the average width of the river is 1,300 feet, and he threw the coin at an angle of 20 degrees. After some quick calculations, this means he must have thrown the coin, boarded his boat, rowed across the entire river, and exited the boat to catch the coin in less than 5.4 seconds. This means he must have been rowing the boat at speeds well over 164 miles per hour.
That's fast.
Jesus, how fast are his arms moving there?
To make all of that work, at least 14,400 rotations per minute.
God damn.
That's ducking awesome.
He is strong enough to rip apart a steamboat after all. But regardless of Scrooge's power, Shovel Knight had very little options to defend against the Duck's wackier, physics-breaking weaponry. Those that could buy him some time could only last for so long due to his limited supply of magic.
Plus, Scrooge has fought knights and magicians before.
Oh,
while
yeah.
Shovel Knight never fought anyone quite like Scrooge McDuck. Looks like Shovel Knight dug his own grave.
Ooh.
The winner is Scrooge McDuck.
Scrooge is a savage right there. Okay, who's fighting next? Next time on Death Battle. Eh? Venom? Venom! Oh my god! Ew. Woo! Holy damn! Holy damn, boy. So, second win of the season. Woo! Woo! That was just awesome. Fucking Scrooge is a savage. Sorry. Whew. That is just so awesome. And I keep doubting Scrooge that he's gonna lose because of Shovel Knight and his like arsenal of like different relics. But then you know they said that because Scrooge has all this experience, he's fought knights before, and nothing's gonna keep him from his gold or money, jewels, whatever. So in the end, Scrooge McDuck won, or I like to call him Scrooge McHulk. Oh, that is just awesome. Okay, so next time it's gonna be Venom against who? I do not know. So I'm guessing it's like a battle of some like symbiotes. I'm guessing. Yeah, because so far first episode of the season is a battle between adventurers, and right now it's a battle between like the riches. So right now it's gonna be probably the battle between like some like symbiotes or anything closely related to it. But we'll see who fights Venom in the next 2 weeks. So yeah. So I want to say once again, I apologize for going on a hiatus. I'll try to get some other videos as soon as possible, but I can't guarantee because, like I said, I'm not that good at planning. So until the next time, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts of this death battle in the comment section down below. If you like this video, kick that like button in the ass like a boss. And if you really liked it, go ahead and subscribe. And until the next video, stay awesome, be nice to animals, don't be dicks. Bye-bye.